Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Warhammer Wednesdays. I'm Adam Wolf, and we're back in Inquisitor. Because I had fun with it last time. I am indeed under the weather. And it sucks. But I'm fighting against it with everything I got. So, hopefully it won't last too long. Alright, tonight I've swapped the encoders. So I'm using my CPU as the main encoder now to see if maybe we get a better... Well, we will get a better picture quality. Because my AMD card, even with the H.265 encoder, it doesn't look good. Not at all. But I'm curious as to how much... Okay. Oh. I'm curious as to how much CPU usage will occur. And so far it's at 34%. It probably wouldn't... It's probably lower than it probably would be with like a first-person shooter or something like that. Alright. Saving Caius Thorn. Let's hit up the star map. I don't know why it keeps telling me this. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Okay. This is the only place that has anything. Let's do it. We need those fake coins. She looks a little mean. So yes, please, please excuse the throat clearing, coughing, possible sneezing. Will depend. That we'll see how that, if that even happens. But the sniffling and whatnot, my head hurts. It hurts because of the sniffling. But I took some Robitussin last night to preemptively strike. And it's possible it might have helped a little bit to lessen the blow of what we got today, which isn't as bad as I expected, but I loaded up on food today. I had an orange juice with a breakfast that I normally don't have a breakfast. And then I used one pack of emergency.
To mark a bunker for an aerial strike. The target is reinforced by anti-aircraft artillery, so you must take out the foot soldiers and guns first, then finish the bunker. All this, taking it in stride single-handedly. Oh, the seemingly pointless intrigues of the Holy Ordo.
Okay. So yeah, I took a packet of emergency. right. Okay, yeah. Hold on. Wait, what's my other set? Compare. There we go. Thunderbolt of Authority on kill. I mean, it's orange, right? Might as well put it on. .22 bonus loot quality. I really like that burning effect. Yeah. Huh. Melee damage bonus. 8.6% damage bonus to AoE skills. 2% chance to cause bleeding on physical skill hit. 3.3 chance to shock on hit. 5.7 suppression damage bonus. It's missing 2 skills. What the? I wonder why it's missing 2 skills. I'm filth, apparently. I don't remember being called filth before. I'm pretty clean. I'm an Inquisitor. We have to be clean.
Kill confirmed. Target offline.
Kill confirmed. I didn't kill the machine. I just turned it off. But you'd think that maybe there'd be like a beep boop 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 and a shutting down noise. It's very strange to omit those. Whoops. You first, buddy. Oh. Stupid skull. Die already. Damn. So you like fire and I like fire. I'm just better with it. Cornelius Zubricus. For chaos!
You did
Welcome
a
to the
short work of
stream.
that one, Inquisitor, but there is more.
Thank you for stopping on by. I appreciate it. Playing a little Inquisitor Martyr here. Played this last week. Had so much fun, I wanted to play it more. We're also in the process of working on Necromunda Hired Gun, which is also not what I expected it to be, which is a good thing. I mean, I thought it was just a standard, like, Doom clone, so to speak. And it really wasn't. And then every once in a while we'll go back to playing some Space Marine 2, because that game is, well, that game is awesome. One of the best games that's been released in a long time. Good Lord. Just, oh, okay. Whoosh. 250 champion? No problem. One day to have something more than a toaster, so Space Marine 2 runs. Well, it runs pretty well on console. To be fair, the 60 FPS mode doesn't really run that well.
Target neutralized. At this rate, you'll be back on board in no time.
But I personally don't mind playing it at 30 FPS because it's nicer. Higher res, maybe some graphical increases, but for the most part, nicer and more stable. Damn. Oh, big boy. Whoa. Whoa, that's... Boosh. Well, that was certainly a lot more than I anticipated. It's the brains or eyes, I don't know. I mean, you know, you get used to it eventually. Like this game, for instance, I mean, this is the PS4 version, playing on PS5. And I could play on either mode with what is perceptively a locked 60 FPS. But it's weird. The background really isn't stable. Hey, John. The background isn't stable at all, so it kind of stutters a little bit. If I go down to 1080p mode, okay, obviously not really that big a deal because I'm on a 1080p screen, but you know, it's still a 60 FPS and the background still kind of stutters. It's just a little bit softer of an image. So, I don't know. I looked up what the PS5 upgrade for this game does, and it really apparently doesn't do much for you. So it's kind of pointless to get. Even though I love the developer and I want to support them,
You are still alive and more or less in one piece.
it just
That's a
doesn't...
success, I guess. Initiating exfiltration rituals.
And I want to support the developer because I love their work. I've played almost every one of their games so far. But, you know, even for $25, the upgrade didn't really seem to do much. I guess at the beginning, when they first released the upgrade for the PS5, it was actually kind of not great. Very lacking in performance. Like, really badly. And if it doesn't smooth out the performance, then what's the point? You know, I mean, the PS4 version has... It doesn't have VSync. Or it does, and they're just using an adaptive VSync. Because, hold on. Okay. Because you can see screen tearing every once in a while. And I thought that the PS5 version would improve that. Apparently it does not, so... It's a bit unfortunate. If the PS5 upgrade doesn't really offer me any more above the PS4 version, then why bother getting it? PS4 version runs just fine. The PS5 brute forces its way through that frame rate. Because I did play this game on the PS4 Pro, and it was a bit rough, to say the least. It never really hit 60 FPS. I think even on the 1080p mode, it would hit 60 FPS, but it couldn't hold it. Okay. Toolbar, there we go. All right, I sell it to her. Yeah, that 20% bonus for burning is... It's pretty good. Just gonna keep selling stuff. Why not? I don't got a use for it. Okay. Yeah. Oh. We have new ones. These are obviously like way below my level right now. I wouldn't say way. They're only like 4 levels below me, but I get extra damage dealt, and I do think these are actually like... They're like they refresh. What do you say we continue with the main quest line? Oh, here we go. These weren't here before. What the hell? There's 3, 6, and 2. 6, 5, 3, 3. All right. Let's go with the Saving Caius-Thorn. I think they actually pronounce it Caius, but... Okay. So this is... Wow, that is punishing. But sadly, I have this installed on an external drive connected to the PS5. I did that on purpose. I just have so many more PS4 games than PS5. So loading takes a little bit extra time. That's okay. I do not mind.
Inquisitor, according to the coordinates you found, this area is one of the potential locations where your Magos Biologus could be. And it seems you've also got company.
Ah, company schmumpany. They will all burn for the transgressions against the Emperor. I could do this all day, big boy. I leveled. Oh, I didn't get a passive point? Huh. Wait, what's this? 5% damage bonus on kill for 5 seconds, stacks up 10 times. Oh, yeah. Perk slots. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you guys can probably see it too. The stuttering of the terrain and stuff, and I don't know if you can see the screen tears, but they're there. So yeah, when I was hoping that the PS5 version actually did smooth out the frame rate, get rid of the screen tearing, but yeah, you guys might not be able to tell on the stream, but in person, yeah, you could see it. The stream hides it quite well.
Inquisitor, we have received a distress call from a rogue trader in orbit. His transport crew on the ground was attacked by hostiles while moving important supply rates to the local administratum cloisters. They humbly ask you to secure the cargo before the cultists return for the goods.
Guessing that's the purple icon there. I guess we'll go do that first. Oh, that's not VSync, or that's not a screen tear. That's just a seam. We can see the seam of where they join these two pieces together. Look at that. Holy crap.
I found the supplies.
We'll remove the cargo from the area, but it will take some time. The sensors located several cultist troops approaching your location. Get ready to defend the supplies.
I can do that with my eyes closed. Flamethrower makes it pretty easy. Oops. Way to waste one. A little bit of a stutter there, but I think that might have been due to loading. It is on a hard drive after all. Tarantula turret. Okay. Yeah. Do it there. Orbital strike. Oof. Am I really gonna need that kind of firepower? I already have an orbital strike. It's called my flamethrower. Alright, turret can take care of that while I take care of this. Why does it only... Excuse me? Why are you only shooting, like, 3 shots, dude? Yeah, there goes my turret. Why do you suck? Could have swore they were doing a lot more than that the last time we had to do something like this. They don't eat steel, sir. Thought maybe the turret could handle these guys.
Cultist threat exterminated. The cargo is safe.
There we go. Now I've got a free orbital strike for no reason.
We'll take over from here and get them to the rogue trader. You can proceed with your mission, Inquisitor.
Now there's a Warhammer 40k game that I remember. Oh, look at that. They got their own minefield. Look at that. Can I blow them up with it? Nope. Why would I be able to do that? That'd be too useful. Guess who's gonna die? Oh, there you go. By the way, that those trophies, I did play this game a little while ago and got a character up to level 14. So I guess it was cumulative. Because that's left over from the last character. I just decided to start over because, fuck it, why not?
Captain, Metrodor Thelema is definitely not here.
That's quite unfortunate, Inquisitor.
At least I've eliminated the local threat, so this whole journey hasn't been a complete waste of my time.
We have 2 other sets of coordinates. Maybe you'll find her on the next world.
Surprised it actually held off this time without cutting that off. There's nothing else here. There was a Warhammer 40k game that the Russian Badger did a video on like forever ago, and I wish I knew what the name of it was. It was a first-person shooter, co-op shooter. Kind of like Darktide. And it looked like a lot of fun, but I don't know what it was called. And I'm not talking about Vermintide 1 and 2. Obviously, those aren't 40k. Is it called Fire Warrior? Well, there was a lot of fire. I remember that. Let me take a look. Hold on. I don't think that's on console, though. I got my PC back at home, so it's fine, but, you know. Is that it? No, that's not it. No, that's not it. This is a much later one. That looks like it's from like the 2000s or something. Hold on. I'll just go to the Russian Badgers channel and see if I can let's see. Space Hulk Deathwing.
Brother, get the flamer. The heavy.
Yeah, that's it. That one, I'm joking. You sure it's not that? It is Deathwing. I didn't know about Fire Warrior. Okay, we got unspent skill points. We're going hardcore into defense and health. When HP is below 50%. What's this? Oh, yeah. I would like more suppression, please. I had 2 points there. Nice. Quite the heretical game. Tau working with Space Marines. Yeah, I think Deathwing is on console. One quick second here. Yep, there it is. I thought so. Oh. I have it. Or it's part of the catalog, either way. Nice. Alright, cool. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. And when we come back, more Inquisitor Martyr. All right. Okay, so we're looking for the Magos Biologus to help save this douchebag here, Caius Thorn. I can't remember what he knows, though. It's the thing I'm having trouble remembering. I think he has information on what or who was behind the destruction of the ship that we saw at the beginning. I can't remember the name of it, though. You know, the names of stuff in 40K are very Old English sounding. Hey, RJ. For ye emperor. That's putting it in ye old English there.
Inquisitor, this is the second location where your Magus Biologus could be. Unfortunately, the area is swarming with hostiles.
Oh, darn. Not hostiles. Oh, no. What am I gonna do? Oh, man. They're swarming all over the place. I don't know what the heck that was. Just trying to hit the damn thing. It's a lot easier with a gun, I'm sure. Well, not I'm sure it is, but...
My ears are bleeding. I must stop this emperor-forsaken noise. And it's gone. Now, where was I?
It was weirdly out of character.
We have noticed some strange organic outgrowths that generate intense warp activity.
You put your face into all those missiles, buddy. That's your fault.
Some of his demons are able to access the green space between hives. I shall destroy all of them. Overheat.
I know it's
There,
overheated.
Inquisitor. There is one ugly boil left in the area.
Only one. Burn. Leveled up already. Wow. Okay, I guess doing missions on your own level actually levels you quickly. I mean, it doesn't hurt to do the lower level missions. One, because it makes you feel badass because you're just overpowered as hell, but also, you know, possible gear drops and stuff. So how's everybody doing this evening? I hope you're all having a great week so far. I myself, I am sick. I felt it coming on last night. Tried to preemptively strike against it with some Robitussin. And it might have helped, I don't know. I thought today was going to be pretty bad, but mostly just all up here. The rest of my body is pretty functional. But I'm also quite tired and I got a headache from sniffling all the time, but... that's not what I wanted. I didn't want to do it on that guy. But I really just loaded up on food today. Had a pack of emergency, plus basically 2 servings of orange juice. So I consumed like over 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C. So I'm hoping that maybe that helps quite a bit. I just know that when I'm sick, more like a cold, not a stomach flu, but when I've got a head cold or something like that, I go through food like it's my job. My body does not let me forget that I need to eat. And it's annoying. It just consumes every last nutrient so quickly. So I made sure to eat as much as I could. Oh, well that's good. It's not too bad. But hey, that means you get to play games more, right?
Like the emperor, a demon was
Oh!
plunged to the chest.
I was like,
Demon vanished.
alright, well that was
Reap the reward.
a waste of my shot there. Stolen relic. Whoa! Alright then. Okay, I think that's the direction we need to go. The purple, I believe, is actually extra stuff. No, hello? There we go. Well, yeah. Honestly, my thing doesn't have a silver lining, but I appreciate the thought. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I hope that I can at least provide some modicum of entertainment while you're laid up. Critical damage, bonus, AoE, reflect, chance, damage bonus against champions, chance to shock on bleeding. That's not as good as... That one's not as good. That one's not as good. These are better in quality than the green one, but the green one's got that 20% damage bonus for burning effects, which is all I'm doing right now, so... Probably gonna keep that. Damage bonus was... Oh, see, that's better. 6... Wait, so same damage bonus when suppression status is protected. Slow on burning skill hit. Oh, okay. I'll do that one because it's got the burning skill hit there. But it has to be a skill. And that's pointless. Not as good. Could be worse, and I am not in any major pain or anything if I stay in bed. Well, then stay in bed. Doctor's orders. I'm not a doctor, I promise I'm not. Oh, my, yeah, this'll pass. I'm not worried about it. And don't you worry about it neither. The cold is a cold is a cold. It'll go away eventually. We're an evolved species, damn it. We know how to deal with it. Oh no, this was the... Oh, well, I guess that would... Yeah, these are side... These are side quests. Or side objectives, excuse me.
I've destroyed the other pustule of Nerval.
Pustule.
No more sick protrusions into our world in this area.
I'm a sick protrusion. Same. Oh, 3 doctors. Well, you know, when you've been around as long as I have, which is not that long, you understand a few things about this world. What are you gonna charge me? Yeah, you miss. Dummy. Ooh. Little Stuter. Ow. It's fine. Oh, I can, okay. I didn't know I could actually, like... I thought I had to actually avoid them.
By the Emperor, these tech priests and their elusive ways. Do you copy, Captain? The Magos Biologus is not here.
Shocker.
I'm really sorry, Inquisitor. We'll travel to the last set of coordinates then.
Who would have thought she would be in the last area?
I hope she can help my investigation. For her sake.
Before the Spanish Inquisition happens again. Invincible? It's possible. I haven't watched that show yet. I heard it was pretty good, though. There are a lot of voices in the voice acting world that do sometimes sound similar. Inferno Pistol. A damage bonus is nice. See, there's this one. The one I have now is 17% suppression gain from attributes. 0.77% shield HP regeneration per second. Screw it, why not? It's early game yet, so I'm not worried. I have yet to actually just let this build full of crap. Because look, we got 4 inventory slots. I'm sure it can build up quickly if you know, if you're just going at it, but still. More skill points. Let us see what we have here. 2% maximum suppression gain per second when HP is below 50%. 1 suppression gain, point gain for every 10 HP gained. %damage reduction. That's good. Let's go here. I just want as much suppression as possible. So that way, they don't attack our health right away. Last location. Here we go. Started. Did anybody here see the Astartes 2 trailer? Like, come on, dude. That shit looks so good, man. I'm very excited. I'm a little disappointed that it's locked behind a paywall now, whereas the original was on YouTube for free. But I'm sure somebody's gonna share it in one way or another. I like Warhammer in general, but 40K is like, dude. Different actor, yeah. But again, you know, voices, they're only...
I know you're getting impatient, but at least your search is drawing to a close.
There are only so many voices in the world.
Magos Biologos could be. We detected a large number of Chaos hostiles. She really has a knack of finding peaceful research spots, doesn't she?
Yes, now shut up.
Inquisitor, the rebellious forces of the Astra Militarium have taken over the area, and they're fighting with the loyal Imperial Guards. The rebels have surrounded the colony where the Magos Biologos might be holed up, and their mortars attack the Imperial fort with artillery fire.
I've just walked straight into a war, haven't I?
It seems like it.
I'll take care of the rebel mortars first.
Oh joy. Like, you know, there's voices that are very distinct and you know who it is every time they actually, you know, speak. Perfect example is Keith David. Everybody knows what Keith David sounds like. And every time you hear him, you know it's him. He rarely does anything different. It's just his voice all the time. But could you blame the guy? I mean, he literally is like one of the most prominent voice actors in the entire industry. But, you know, then you got situations like you just had where it sounds like an actor you might know, and then it turns out to be somebody completely different. Happens all the time with me. Sometimes I get Matt Mercer and Troy Baker mixed up. Just because Troy Baker is such a freaking chameleon, he could literally sound like Matt Mercer if he wanted to. Right, yeah.
The Imperial Navy has launched Marauder bombers as a counterattack. They will bomb the entire area. Find cover.
Find cover where? What? Where is cover? Oh, it's just, okay. It'll show me where they're gonna drop and I just avoid it. Yeah, like that. Will it kill them, at least? Thought it was gonna be more serious than that. Okay, it just got a little bit more serious. Weird that there's no sound to them, though. Maybe it's just because my flamethrower sound is coming out above them.
You're safe to proceed.
I mean, I was safe to proceed no matter what. Look at me. I might as well be a freaking... Whoa! I don't... Whoop.
Treacherous trick from a treacherous enemy.
It's too bad it's not armor that I'm using. I don't know why it can't just be a newer demolition armor. You know? Why can't they just feed my need to have my stuff? Also, did I miss? Oh, no, I didn't. It's just on the other side there. I didn't see those explosives next to him. That worked out. Oh, 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 oh. We leveled again. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I don't know why I did that. I mean, I guess it's convenient to use that. Get back to the center point.
I've deactivated the first mortar. How do you dare to turn our weapons against us?
Well, apparently you guys made it quite easy. So, whose fault is it really? You know, I kind of wonder how different Inquisitors are from Space Marines. I mean, Space Marines, we know how ridiculously powerful they are. They're really huge, genetically altered human beings, but... I mean, Inquisitors kind of look like Space Marines from this distance, anyway. Maybe they're just not as strong. And they use, science to really help them out as opposed to brute strength. Not necessarily magic. Love how smart these guys are. They put explosives next to the things they want to keep. Oh, this crap.
Second mortar deactivated. That will teach a lesson.
Oh, but no teleport thing here? You're gonna make me walk back? Bro. That's disrespectful.
I spoke too soon, Inquisitor. The Marauder bombers are launching a second wave of
Shocker.
bombardments.
For the Emperor!
There's a teleport beacon. Yeah, like where's the explosion sound? I'll admit it's not their best work. They do tend to leave a lot of sound effects out of their games for some reason. Van Helsing had some instances where there were sound effects just missing. I'm not sure why. I know they playtest their own games, because otherwise they'd come out like crap.
Retreated again. This time, they are leaving the area for good.
Good. They couldn't hit me anyway.
I want to coordinate first with the Imperial Navy.
Oh, I see. That was the Imperial Navy doing that crap? Oh, wait. I don't... Okay, not yet. Sorry. You're gonna have to stand there for a few more minutes. There we go. Oh. Well, that would have been nice. Let them up with their own turret.
The last mortar is down. Try to move against the Imperial Guard now, rebels.
Good work. The rebels won't be able to launch artillery fire for a while.
This is an Adeptus Mechanicus quarantine zone, Inquisitor. You must leave.
You should have told me that before I came in to rescue you.
If that was an attempt at sarcasm, you're wasting your time. Rest assured, the Conclave will be notified of your support.
Good.
I've been looking for you for a while. I need your expertise.
I'm a high-ranking geneticist of the Machine God. My extraordinary...
Oh, nothing. Just
is undoubtedly
killing a bunch of heretics and rebels.
I have an Adeptus...
But we found our person that we needed.
on my ship, and I need him walking and talking. How often do you have the opportunity to work on one of the angels made flesh?
This new information requires...
Space Marine.
Consider. I will accompany you, Inquisitor.
Hey! We're getting quite a few trophies today. I do enjoy my trophies. But we found our Magus Biologus. And she's going to heal Caius Thorn. And then he is going to tell us what we want to know. It's right here. It's just stuffed. He got that Nurgle rot. No, he got hurt though. There's the heavy bolter. What the hell, man? I was like, don't they have one of those in here? They do, but it took us this long to get to it. I mean, the flamethrower is just so good, though. Where are you? Where's the heavy bolter? What? Where's my... I just picked it up. Where's the heavy bolter? I saw it. Damage 10 HP per 5 seconds. Cooldown reduction for inoculator. I don't know if they have jump packs in here. Dude, what the hell? Where's the heavy bolter? What the hell? I wonder if the quality really means anything. I'm really confused as to where the heavy bolter is. I literally saw it as one of those rewards. Huh. I don't understand. It was right there. Okay. Oh, okay, so that's all like the unlock stuff. All right, we got attribute point. I mean, we're just going full warfare. Why not? Deflect. I don't know if I have deflect, though. That's fine. Gonna be a walking tank is what we are. Whoa. Oh, wait, I did put those in here. Never mind. That guy looks like he's got a few teeth issues. I don't get it. There's a laser pistol, there's a bolt pistol. Oh, maybe it was saying, like, the store got updated with a heavy bolter or something. Grenade launcher. What the fuck? I don't get it. I'm so confused. I swear that's what it said.
I need an update on the Space Marine. How is he?
First, you need to know that each Space Marine has an artificial
Age of Wonders 4? No, I didn't. I'm sorry.
membrane. It allows them to enter a state of suspended animation if they're lethally injured. I'm bringing him back slowly. Meanwhile, I have already completed the sanctified surgical rites and supplied this man with bionic and mechanical implants.
Can I talk to him?
You can talk to me, Inquisitor. I can't promise to answer all your questions, though.
First of all, who are you? Who are the Storm Watchers?
With all due respect, I can't go into any classified details. You need to get the necessary clearance level first. But I can tell you this much. We are the Chamber Militant of the Conclave. We have been working for the Inquisitors of the Caligari sector for a very long time. In secret.
Do you always work for untrustworthy Inquisitors like Klosterheim?
Klosterheim left me on the Martyr to die a useless
Martyr,
death.
that's what's... yeah.
Do I feel furious? By the Emperor, yes. But no, I don't think he is a heretic, if that is what you're implying.
Do you have any ideas where he could be now?
I am certain he is still on the Martyr. He is seeking something there, but I have no idea where the ship went.
How did you find the Martyr in the first place?
Klosterheim has ties to a mysterious sect of tech priests called the Requisitioners. They are the experts on the supposed tech relics of Uther Tiberius, the leader of the Martyr. They helped him to find them. They have a research sanctum on Cardian 2 in the Cherniborg system.
That's a lead, of sorts. They might help me to find the monastery again.
Okay, so I think what we'll do, I'll check that out at the end of the stream. We'll fire up the PlayStation Store and take a look at it. I am a fan of 4X games, so I'm gonna have to look at that at the end of the stream here. Hunt for the Martyr. So the Martyr, Klosterheim is who we're looking for, and we're trying to figure out who was responsible for the Martyr, which is a very, very big ship. For the Martyr going down. Or being taken over. However you want to say it. It said unlocked item type heavy bolter. Oh. So I didn't get one, and she didn't have one in her for sale, but I can get it from a drop, I'm assuming, is what that means. Because I don't... No. The passives, having it being a passive upgrade doesn't make sense. Did you go back and check? That's why I like YouTube streaming. It has the good old DVR.
My assumptions were correct. The research sanctum has been
Well, thank you for checking, because dude,
struggled.
I was not paying attention at all.
Insignia of the Imperial Guard on the corpses. Deserters and heretics, that's for sure.
And what were they doing there, looting a tech priest base?
They must be either extremely reckless or very determined. I'll find out soon enough.
Alright, give me a second. I'm going to get some water. So I will be right back. You know, sometimes I wish that I could take two different kinds of medication to deal with two different kinds of things. So, like, Excedrin for my headache, and then, like, Robitussin for, you know, cough suppression and the throat. But, you know, can't do that. Gotta be careful. Especially if they're both the same thing, then you're just overdosing on the same thing. That was actually damage? Interesting. You know, at that point, you might as well just take, you know, twice as much Excedrin, which is not really good. But I truly believe that Robitussin is stronger than...
This research sanctum exactly, Inquisitor.
It belongs to one of the
It's stronger than NyQuil.
Studying ancient artifacts.
It surely
But-
has nothing to do
Oh, you're
with
from
our
Europe?
complex
Yeah,
being
they're probably
weirdly
not something you've
abandoned.
heard of.
You're being sarcastic again.
Robitussin's probably one of the oldest, easily one of the oldest cough medicines in America. Short name for it is Tussin. Age of Wonders combines city management with a lot of magic mechanics. Plus, you have an army of custom monsters. With the Dawn of Dragons DLC, your Civ leader can be a super sweet dragon. Kind of like Alduin, though he wasn't really a leader. Well, maybe he was. I don't know. Would you consider him a leader? I don't know if I would. He was just kind of a dick. Or like in Final Fantasy XIV, you had the leader of the dragons, one of the eldest dragons in there, actually teaming up with you. Well, it's Tussin. That's how it would be spelled, I suppose. But yeah, they just took off the robot at the beginning and then Tussin. Who is Alduin? Skyrim. Elder Scrolls 5. He is that guy in the back there, well, you can't see him, but he's like right here. Hold on, I'll get him. Hey, there he is. Big guy Alduin. I've had him since 2011. He's a little dusty. Man, I didn't really think about that. I've had him for 14 years. He's big and he's black. Sponsored by Displate. I wish. Displates are cool. I don't have any, but they're pretty cool. I boycotted Bethesda games years ago and scrubbed my memory blank clean. Skyrim's been released like 12 times already. How can you not remember? Well, you know, just like with me and Blizzard, I just, you can't trust them anymore. And, you know, I feel RJ's sentiment, man. You know, I kind of sympathize with it. When a company is just not who they are or who they were anymore, it's just... You can't rightfully just give them money anymore. You're just like, well, there's other games, other companies that do better than you, so I'm gonna move on. That's how I feel about Ubisoft. That's how I feel about Blizzard. That's how I feel about Activision. EA is kind of, you know, getting up there, though I still want to play Battlefield. Bleach in my ear until the bad thoughts went away. You know, you just kind of get sick of the nonsense, and you don't want to support them anymore, even if it means they'll disappear. Things can't be the way they were anymore.
Visitors.
Oh
They seem
no.
to target the cogitator.
I will do my best. Burn! Burn!
I do have to stand in it, but that's okay. Whatever.
Is it over? Has the cogitator survived the encounter?
Yes.
It could be evidence in my investigation, after all.
I was super offended by the release of Fallout 76 and said, fuck them. A lot of game studios out there. Yeah, Bethesda hasn't really lost me, per se. I also truly believe that 76, even though I got it basically day one, it was lacking horribly. It is actually quite a fun game now. Again, that's a phrase that we've been saying for many years at this point. Oh, it's a great game now. It's if they got a lot of upgrades into it now, you know, I'm just whatever. It should be when it releases. I doubted and was proven correct. Yeah, I personally, you know, and a lot of people also poo-pooed Starfield. I actually liked it. I didn't really have an issue with it, but, you know, one man's trash is another man's treasure, as they say. And I'm not going to begrudge anybody who likes certain games, though I will begrudge you if you like any of those woke pieces of garbage games, like Dustborn and Concord. Oh man, I can't even say it with a straight face. It's so funny. But everybody's like poo-pooing South of Midnight and which does look like a good game, and a lot of other games that, you know, Sweet Baby Inc. has touched, which, to be fair, they should just disappear. But I'm gonna stop hopping on the train of hate and just judge each game based on its own merits. I think that should be fair. And I mean, that was one reason why I got off of social media. I actually have a blog post I'm going to put up. I call it a blog post, but it's only on YouTube community posts, and it's not really a blog platform. Explaining my reasoning for leaving Twitter and Instagram. Some people might think I'm insane for doing that, just because, you know, you want to get your name out to as many places as possible, but I truly don't believe that that's very necessary these days. Just because everybody knows what YouTube is, you know, and the majority of my audience is here already. A lot of you guys weren't even on Twitter following me, or didn't even have Twitter to begin with. And Instagram, as nice as it was at the beginning, you know, when they started doing video and stuff, then it evolved into nonsense, and I'm just like, whatever. I'm over it. And everything I do on Twitter and Instagram, I could just do right here on YouTube on the community posts, so you guys can see my screenshots that I take, and
Inquisitor, the hostiles
I could post longer posts than on Twitter with far more characters. I'm not limited too much by character length here on YouTube community posts, so any major updates that you will see from me are going to be right here on YouTube. So, you know, anyway, so what I was getting at was one of the reasons why I decided to leave something like, you know, stuff like Twitter and Instagram is just simply because the dialogue surrounding video games has become mostly just people, rightfully so, calling out the bullshit when it's needed. Because the bullshit being... Oh, what the hell? Why is it not letting me... That was weird. You know, they're rightfully calling out the bullshit in the industry where every, you know, major developer seems to just want to hop on this train of, like, you know, ideological crap. And it inevitably ruins their games. You know, Ubisoft is dying on that hill with Assassin's Creed Shadows, and it's kind of pathetic. But, you know, every day I go onto Twitter and I'm just, it's negativity all day long. And I want to get back to being in the mental state of like, oh, that game looks interesting, let me wait and see. Instead of just going based on what other people are saying, I want to think for myself. That's why when people come here and they tell me, you know, it's like, hey, you really inspired me to play this game and this game and this game, I'm happy. You know, I always have said over the years, I only play good games. Not entirely true. If you guys remember me playing Hard Reset, that was also, that was a pretty bad game. And also Callisto Protocol, I don't particularly find very fun. It was quite predictable and boring while I was playing it. So, you know, I don't always play good games, but the majority of the games that I do play are good. So you won't see me playing stuff like Dustborn or Hello Kitty Island Adventure like my moderator wants me to play. Just for laughs. But, you know, I've said that I will never buy another Ubisoft game. But I never said I wouldn't play another Ubisoft game. I'm playing Far Cry 6 as we speak. And it's pretty good. It's another Far Cry game. But Assassin's Creed Shadows, I will never, I don't know if I'll ever even play that game. Even if it becomes free at one point, I won't. What a huge disappointment. Oh, you guys with the Hello Kitty. Starfield was okay, really disappointed with the DLC. Haven't gotten the DLC yet. A lot of people were disappointed, but I'm not. I don't know if I'll be disappointed, but we'll see. I'm just easily pleased, I guess. Saw a documentary on No Man's Sky, and I honestly think those guys just got in way over their heads, and it wasn't malicious. No, they were just really ambitious. I've had No Man's Sky since, release, and I liked what they provided at the beginning, even if it may not have been what they intended. I actually thought there was a pretty decent game there, for somebody like myself who is good with mundane crap or doing mundane things. It was just a relaxing game. Now it is a benchmark for how a space game should be done. And Star Citizen, it's up there, obviously. I don't play it, but I am waiting on Squadron 42. I can't wait for that one. But the bottom line is that No Man's Sky is in my opinion, the benchmark of how a game should be done. You keep providing all this content for free, people will buy it. People will talk. Talk is cheap, as they say. Though talk is cheap is usually used in a very negative connotation. It is true. Talk is cheap, and talk can really kind of, in this instance, really kind of make you money. Because if people keep talking about your game and saying it's amazing, it's good, it's this and that, that sells you. That sells people on the game. Because if people aren't going to actually listen to like YouTube pundits or anything like that, they're going to listen to their friends.
And we need those tech priests alive, if they are still alive.
At least one of them should be alive. The instructions right now were very
But yeah, Twitter just became, and it was a lot of politics crap. And I love Elon Musk. I think what he's doing is important. More in the SpaceX side of things. Forget about what the man says. He's an eccentric billionaire. Of course he's going to say crazy shit. I just wish people would get that through their skulls. He's going to say whatever he wants, and he's not going to give a shit who says who rebuttals against him because he makes billions of dollars. I don't think he cares. But when you look at what the man does instead of what he says, then you start to have an appreciation for what he's doing, for what he's contributing to society. And I think people just have lost their minds over stuff like that. But anyway, so I didn't mind being on X/Twitter. But when your feed is just full of, just depression, it just gets kind of old after a while. I mean, point was that latest ass is failing at cultural appreciation or whatever it's called. A cultural appropriation, yeah. It's clicks and ad revenue. It's true. You've inspired me to play Dustborn. Please don't. Oh, that's one thing. That's a thought that I didn't finish. I always say, even when somebody says, "Hey, you inspired me to play such and such game because I saw you playing it. It looked awesome. Whatever." Great. If I can, if I can kind of push you guys in the direction of good games, I'm happy. But I also strongly recommend you think for yourself and don't let me influence you into anything, because I don't want to be an influencer. I think influencer is the worst kind of thing to be considered these days. I am a content creator. That's a big difference. I actually put effort into my stuff. All these cool transitions. Now, I did buy this. Okay, this whole thing, I bought this from this transition stuff from website because I don't really have the skills to create all those types of transitions. But my Final Fantasy one, I did myself. And, if you guys have been here for a while, you know that I like doing stuff myself because I like to learn. But but I don't want to be known as an influencer, and, I will refuse to be called one because I was a content creator. I've been on YouTube for almost 20 years. I had a different channel when I started. But this channel became a thing in 2013, technically. But I created my website in 2010, so it was known as Gamers Platform. I know some of you guys are new here. It was known as Gamers Platform, started that in 2010, created this channel in 2013. And I think I was still posting on my old channel back then as well. I can't remember. It's been a long time. Take it back to new Hello Kitty game isn't that bad. All is free on the high seas. I haven't played No Man's Sky, but its current state sounds very impressive, you know, 10 years after launch. Yeah. Elon frankly seems like an idiot to me, but I'm willing to listen and maybe change my opinion. I might be wrong about him. Well, okay. if you just listen to his more reasonable interviews where he's not being attacked, you know, constantly. There's some interviewers who are just constantly trying to get him in a gotcha moment, and they keep failing. And I think you should definitely look for his more reasonable intellectual conversations that he has with some people. I think he did a thing with Jordan Peterson, Joe Rogan, of course. He's been on there a couple times. Just listening to the man speak and his visions for what he has for the future it's very interesting. It's very nice. It's good to listen to a modern day Alexander, if you will. You know, Alexander the Great. It's something that I actually talked about, I think on stream at one point, where, you know, modern times, you can't just go around conquering countries and people. It just doesn't work out very well for you. So we don't have anything on the along the lines of that as a thing today. So we don't have stuff like Alexander the Great or people like Alexander the Great anymore. Not in the traditional sense of going off and conquering by physical violence and all this other stuff, but we do have billionaires. And they are the ones that are doing the modern day version of taking over the world, essentially. Behind the scenes, you know, it's a lot of stuff you don't see. But we really don't have a whole lot of billionaires with vision. You know, Elon said, hey, you know, we need an easier way to pay for stuff online. So he created PayPal. Or helped create PayPal. I don't know the full story behind that, but he was a part of it. Then he took that money and invested it in SpaceX. Or Tesla, sorry. And said, we need electric cars back because that was a good idea. And some of you may not know, electric cars have been around for... Technically, I think the first one was somewhere like 100 years ago or something like that. But he created a market for that, and now they're around. They're here to stay. And then he took that money, damn near went bankrupt, making SpaceX a thing and reusable rockets. And it's like a... I don't know what kind of... It's like a hero story or something like that. He literally put his last bit of money into the final rocket that actually ended up working and landing properly. That was actually the last bit of his money. And they finally got it working and proved to NASA that they could do it. And they got their grants and everything, and they're doing that today. And then he was like, hey, what if we could improve the traffic in LA? And then he created the Boring Company. Haven't heard much about what he's doing with that. But you see what he's doing is he's taking his investments and taking the money from those and then putting it into another investment and another and another and another. And it's just like he's changing the world, or at least the country, in very small ways, but it's ways that make sense. He's doing something with his money. Whereas like a lot of billionaires, they'll just sit on it. You know, the only other one that I know, Warren Buffett, from my understanding, donates 93% of his fortune to charity. It's crazy. But that's why I like Elon, just because there's no filter. Same thing with Trump. There's no filter. They just say what everybody's thinking, essentially. And I think that's refreshing because politicians try to, mar their words in, or hide their meaning in political jargon that most people don't really understand. They just want to hear what they want to hear. And the politicians will twist words into making it sound good when it's actually something really bad. Whereas these guys will just come out and say, fuck it. Here's what I'm talking about. And that sort of thing, So, it's, I don't know. It's something that, it's refreshing. Just for somebody to not bullshit you into something ridiculous. It's hard to call him an idiot, as he does know how to hire the right people and knows well how to defraud the government. That's true. I found it hilarious when he posted that Twitter or X is now making a profit. I didn't realize that Twitter was not making a profit at all. They were not making money. And then when he bought them, they were in the complete, I think it's called the black, and they wanted to be in the red. When talking about business terms, black is bad, red is good. And they were in the deep black, Twitter, and then Elon buys it, and now they're actually making a profit, which is very interesting. As an intellectual, yeah, he's an idiot, but he's pretty crafty. Kind of like Trump, who knows what idiotic message to shout to get people moving. I mean, that's really all it is. Like, these guys know what they're doing. They're not stupid. They're billionaires. You think they don't know what they're doing? I will check those vids out. At least Elon sounds like he's trying to solve problems and innovate. That's ultimately what, again, and it's something that you have to really think about. And this is what people don't really think about because they're sheep. People are sheep. They'll follow anybody with, a microphone, essentially. Always pay attention to what they do, not what they say. Look at what Trump did in his first 4 years. Like, I knew I liked the guy in office when that whole thing with Syria went down, where the leader or the president, whatever the heck he was, I can't remember, Bashar al-Assad, I believe his name was, killed 80 of his own people, men, women, and children, in a gas attack. And Trump was like, okay, in 2 days, I'm going to bomb that facility of yours. So he gave him fair warning. Sure enough, 2 days later, he bombs the shit out of the place, kills 3 people that were working there, even though he told them, we're coming. And he did it. So he did what he said he was going to do. That's all that a president needs to do, is just say what you're going to do and do it. Don't promise things that you can't keep. That's all politicians have ever been, is empty promises. They just spout nonsense, and you want to believe them, but really, when you look at their actions as opposed to their words, they don't do shit. What did Biden do? Oh yeah, I'll give him some credit. He relieved me of my $120,000 tuition cost that I incurred because some assholes decided to steal from us. But that's all I got from that guy. Like, other than that, it was just him giving us memes. The borehole thing failed badly. It got really hot and they couldn't finish it. I mean, fair enough. He does have money and he does throw it at something. Okay, so the boring company, he kind of just, that one's gone by the wayside. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Trump says some pretty horrifying things, in my opinion. Honesty doesn't make up for poor morality, and I think Trump is a scumbag, but that's just my opinion. Then again, the Dems are corrupt too. Yeah, I mean, that's why I don't do either side. I just look at both sides and say, okay, there's good things about these guys over here, good things about these guys over here, bad things. You know, each side has good and bad things about it. We just have to find the happy medium and combine all the good stuff, and there you have a good economy or a good government. You hope, anyway. Morality from politicians, yeah, right. That shouldn't be a joke. It should just be the norm. It is a joke. Yeah, I mean, you know, I I don't generally get into political discussion in my streams just because I do know it's divisive, but I do think we need to realize that people just have differing opinions and we have to accept it. You can say that my thoughts are stupid. That's fine. Everybody's allowed to have their opinion, whether it's right or wrong. That's very subjective. But the one thing that I will not understand, me personally, is how people can look at objective truth and think that it's subjective. That they can just make it up. They can just rewrite history. You know, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Those people are lunatics.
Mission accomplished. I found the commander of the infiltrators.
And is he ready to
Truth is
cooperate?
not subjective.
I'm sure he would love to assist the Inquisition if he were still alive.
I'm afraid
You
we
can
have
question
different definitions
things.
of success.
You know, there's nothing wrong with questioning things. I think that's the only way to learn in this life, is to question what we see.
Secondly,
But then you have to look at the facts
was Lord Klosterhoff
and
personally ordered
come to a conclusion.
Inquisitioners?
That's insane. Has he fallen to the ruinous powers?
It is a possibility, but I reserve judgment. Inquisitors sometimes need to use radical solutions for the sake of the Imperial.
And I tend to hear, I'm willing to listen to anyone who disagrees with me, and if I'm wrong, I will admit it.
Look good.
My truth, that is... The my truth thing, the whole Me Too movement, that... Don't even get me started. Like, long and short of that is, there is no my truth. It's the truth. Like you said, my truth, that's just an opinion. That's subjective. The my truth thing is just what people tell themselves at night so they could sleep better. But anyway, I digress. What is it about Warhammer games that make me political? I don't know. I wonder what about Warhammer makes me think politically. Mostly just Hello Kitty. Unlocked item type Eviscerator. I really wish there was a Warhammer in this game, but they, you know, God forbid they have a Warhammer in Warhammer. Oh, the Melt-A-Gun. That shit's powerful in Space Marine 2. %, suppression damage reduction when HP is above 50%. That's definitely something I've been looking for. Oh, yeah, I've seen the douche right on that thing. It always gets the girls going.
Your Space Marine is functional, Inquisitor, but barely.
Reporting for duty, Inquisitor.
That's absurd. For the time being, he needs constant medical supervision.
I'll talk to the Master Chirurgeon of the ship.
No, I'll stay on board. You evidently need a genius to work with your inferior equipment.
Oh, now she wants to
The
stay.
Emperor's blessing be upon me. I must get out of here and fight.
Well, and that just goes back to you say that the Imperium is objectively the good faction for humanity. For humanity, yes. But then you have the other factions who think they are good for their race, and so on and so forth, you know? I mean, obviously you have the Tyranids who are just a hive mind, but they probably do think that they are also in the right. I mean, that's just the way beings think. in general. We all think that we're doing the good thing. We all think we're the good guys. I'm sure the Nazis felt the same way. I know it's hard not to bring up the Nazis, but, you know, Stalin probably thought he was the good guy and what he was doing was right. You know, we all think what we're doing is correct, but again, it's a subjective thing. It's also a societal thing. What we perceive as good, it may not be good to somebody else. So, like, for example, what we see over here as, like, you know, we're accepting of gay people, which, sure, whatever, I don't give a shit. In other countries, it's not acceptable, you know? We think it's okay, they do not. But we still think we're the good guys because we think it's okay, and we think that they're bad people because they don't like it. It's just the way they think, you know what I mean? Dude's, 2 cross-dressing videos, he trolls people so hard in those. I think I've seen those, yeah. Every ideology thinks they are correct. I don't really see things as being good or bad. You're probably right about the Nazis thing. They were in the right. Morality can get very twisted in an echo chamber. That's essentially what's going on these days, is that, you know, all these what are known as the left, the Democrats, the woke crowd or whatever, they're just screaming into their own chamber, and they're just patting each other on the back. And then when one of us comes in and says, you guys are insane, they just tend to dogpile on you. I do what I do to thrive like humanity in 40K. Well, we all do, don't we? Because we all have to thrive in our own life.
The lone survivor of the expedition is the prisoner of the feral beasts. This tech priest.
Yeah, the whole left and right thing is like whatever, you know. I don't think we need to look at it like that. We need to look at objective truth and just agree on what is true.
Who knows? They might have valuable information.
You can be very persuasive. I can vouch for that.
You know, like I said, you can't dispute facts. Facts are facts. They exist. Science exists. Science teaches us, math teaches us what is true. History teaches us what was true. I love those people who try to change history. It's like, I'm sorry, you can't change history. It's written in stone. It's literally, you can't do anything with it. But, you know, people try to. And it's silly. It's really silly to just watch people think that they can just make history disappear. And it's like, it's called history for a reason. You know? You know, it's in the past, but it did happen. Yeah, I don't know who's running in Canada, but one way or another, Trudeau's got to go. Yeah, it seems as though a lot of, and that's a study that was done too, is that more modern men are going conservative because the conservative values have never really changed. It's the perception of values that have changed. And, you know, it's weird seeing past Democrats actually share in the ideas of today, of the conservative crowd today. And now the modern Democrat is extremely against anything conservative. And it's like, why? Why wouldn't you want traditional values? Like, man, woman are meant to be together. If you want to do, you know, the other way, that's up to you. Whatever. But it's not the way that life progresses. You can't make a baby out of 2 men or 2 women. It just doesn't work that way. All I'm saying is you do you. You want to adopt? Sure, adopt. Give a kid a home. But if life is to move on, life is to progress, it has to be man and woman. I'm not religious. I grew up as a Lutheran. I think there are values in what was taught, but I don't practice because the church in itself is also corrupt. So really, when I grew up and I found that out and just how corrupt it can be, I'm like, boy, you know, if the church is corrupt, then who the hell do you believe, right? Who do you trust at that point? You can't trust anybody. What you can trust is the truth. What you can trust is science, and you can trust math. But science, even science, can be questioned, and you should question science. Because things change all the time. But I would say the one objective truth in this life is that physics don't change. Physics is always going to be the same, no matter what you think or do. When you jump off a building, you're not going to fly. That's why I trust in science, even when people are still trying to ruin that too. Trudeau resigned recently, but his party seems fucked, to be honest. Yeah, I remember seeing that he decided to resign. It doesn't change the fact that he's out, dude. He was out like years ago. The guy was such a fucking pussy. Any man who calls himself a feminist when referring to modern feminism is a pussy, dude. There's no spine in that man whatsoever. And Trudeau's definitely one of them. No, a real feminist would actually cherish and protect women. Not tell them that they can do whatever they want and be like men, and then eventually they do turn themselves into men, and then we have no women. So it's just like, alright, come on. Like, I grew up learning to respect women, treat them with respect, treat them, yes, like princesses or queens, but, you know, also humble them. You know, let's not, we all should be humble. We all have flaws that we can improve upon. And anybody who thinks otherwise is very clearly so far up their own ass they can't see straight. Lutheran. Wait, that has the name Luther in it. Wait a second. Asmoda. It's for Martin Luther. Martin Luther was... He was a guy who actually questioned the church. And he said, hey, from my understanding, if I remember correctly, he looked at the ideas of the church. I think it was the like some of the rules of the church, and he said, hey, we could probably improve upon these, and so he did. I can't remember what it was called, but unfortunately prejudice and discrimination are part of a lot of conservative value systems. Yeah, but that, again, those are not really something I subscribe to. I think oh yeah, I saw Asmoda. I'm like, I feel like I've seen that before, but I don't remember. There's prejudice and discrimination everywhere. Doesn't matter what belief system you're part of. It just exists in the human being, because human beings are inherently imperfect. So there are gonna be those people that exist, and they are dickheads. There's no doubt about it. Those people are dicks. And if they are beyond saving, or if they're beyond... Well, that was easy. If they are beyond changing, then they will forever be shunned. But I don't subscribe to discrimination and prejudice. I subscribe to just being honest. We need to be honest with ourselves and with each other.
I wonder what this machine does.
It's the bottom line. We just need to be honest with ourselves and with each other. I'm not saying don't have your own little white lies and secrets, and everybody does. You know, I do. Everybody's got their own story and things that they don't want the world to know, and that's fair. That's fair enough. That's fine. But I'm just talking in terms of honesty, you know, as human beings with each other, you know, because we are all the same. We're all the same species, for God's sake. Like, you can have your beliefs, but that doesn't mean we can't get along. It's ridiculous to hate people for the sake of hating them, rather than actually hating them for being a dick. You know, like Martin Luther King Jr. said, to judge a man not by the color of his skin, but by the content of his character. And I fully subscribe to that. If you meet somebody and he's a complete asshole, then he's a fucking asshole, and hate him for that. But if you meet somebody just because, and you don't like them just because they don't have your skin color, that's fucked up. That doesn't make sense to me. My best friend of 20 years is half black. You guys, if you've been here before, you've met him. He's one of the best people I know. So, you know, it's just... we just need to think logically about life, because we only have one life. Let's not live it hating each other. Well, you won't fly on this planet. No, you won't. The moon, sure. Honestly, the laws of physics break down and get super weird and not recognized under certain conditions. Yeah, like space and black holes. Black holes break all manner of physics. Like super small, super big, or super fast. I thought, if you guys want like a really good YouTube channel, if you ever heard of Vsauce or Veritasium. Veritasium's a really good one, but Vsauce, he goes over what would happen if you, like, say, had a car made of light and you were going near the speed of light, or like essentially like 99.9% the speed of light, and you flipped on your headlights, what would happen? It was a really cool breakdown of what might happen. It's trippy, man. You want to see physics break apart. Holy shit. Marry them off to the Count of Weissenberg. Oh man. Nah, I think if you truly love a woman, there's no better feeling. Like, you know, growing up, obviously when we're kids, we think we're in love with our girlfriend or whatever. We think that's real love. It's not love, it's lust, and you learn that later on. It's really just like, ooh, somebody of the opposite sex likes me or some shit like that. Is that a Warhammer? Holy shit, they have Warhammers in the game. There we go. I found it. I just had to unlock it. They do have Warhammer. I knew it. I'm like, there's no way they can't have hammers. It's Warhammer. Yeah, but when you do, like, honestly find that one girl that really does kind of just hit you right in the chest, dude, right in the heart, you do want to do what you can for them, no matter what, no matter the cost to your sanity or your well-being. You want to do it for them. And that's the beautiful thing about men and women, is that men are willing to die for women to protect what's theirs. Women these days, girls, whatever, they're all girls. They see it as men treating them like property. It's not property, it's protection. It's nothing about property nothing about it has anything to do with them being property of men. Some men are, they're dicks. They're crazy like that. They do think that way. And it's unfortunate, but it's the environment they were brought up in. But when you truly love a woman, it really does change you quite a bit. I've only ever been in love once. And I still think about her every day.
The beasts indeed rely on these pirates for supplies and delivery runs.
That it's okay to have extreme beliefs of others as long as you treat them with respect. Judge people on their words and actions, not on inherent qualities or like color. Black holes seem like a party. Yeah, until they stretch you apart. So, I fell in love about a year ago and treated her like a queen. She paid me back by cheating on me, so I dumped her. Yeah, and that's the thing, you just never know. You know, the girl that I fell in love with, she didn't cheat on me or anything. She didn't feel the same way. She thought she did, but she didn't. So it was something I had to accept, but I can't get her out of my head. Anyway, that's enough of that. I'm dying right now. Oh. So, after that, we actually made a lot of progress tonight. We're at level 15. We unlocked power hammers, which is surprising to me because I thought there were no warhammers in here, which is awesome to see. So, you bet your ass I'm going to be using one of those. The flamethrower is great. It really dunks on these guys, but damn, power hammer, dude, come on. But she was younger than me and too immature to have a healthy relationship. Yeah, that's always the problem. That's always the problem. They don't understand. Like, some of them just don't get it. But yeah, we did quite a lot today, gentlemen. I want to thank everybody for joining me today. I appreciate your time and attention as always. The heck? Oh. That's the BRB. And, please join me again tomorrow night. 7 o'clock sharp. We're going to be continuing on in Far Cry 6. And, we're going to hopefully liberate more of Yara, aka Cuba. And take down Anton Castillo one by one. But until then, I'm Adam Wolf. This is Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Martyr. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night.